One day after watching Dexter. One fucking week after watching Dexter. One fucking month after fucking watching fucking Dexter.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Dexter Original Sin. This one we're going to be doing another discussion video for today. We're going to be talking about Season 2 of Dexter Original Sin and will this happen and why it needs to happen. So, it's been a week, guys. It's been a week, Dexter family. We have been waiting and waiting to hear some kind of news on whether or not this show is going to be continuing. And so far we have heard absolutely nothing. We have heard nothing about this. There has been fan pages. There has been fans that have been voting on the idea of a Season 2. I saw one on Instagram, and I made sure to vote as well, too. And it was like 94% people want a Season 2 of Original Sin. So, yeah, I think we all want a Season 2, right? I mean, I think especially the way they wrapped up the finale with Brian Moser literally just standing there outside the window watching his brother and watching, Deb and Harry, and he's kind of just standing there, waiting to do something. Now, obviously, people would say, like, well, we know the end result. Obviously, Dexter kills him. And I'm like, yeah, but there's still extra things in this story that we have yet to see. And I still believe that Harry did not kill himself. I believe that Brian killed Harry at some point in this timeline. And we know it's a few years later in the timeline when Harry dies. So there's got to be another season, and there's got to be a little bit more stuff going on and more context to what happened. You know what I mean? And I definitely very much believe that this is probably going to have to continue in one way, shape, or form. There's just too many things that they've set up. You know what I mean? Not to mention there's Tanya, which is an original character in this show. What happened to her, right? You can't just say nothing like, oh, she switched jobs, you know what I mean? Which, like, yeah, sure, you could say that, but it just, like, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of material here for a second season. It feels like, yeah, they could realistically end it with Season 1. I do agree with that. They could realistically end it there, but I feel like there's got to be more. And I know that Clyde Phillips has spoken out already about the fact that he would love to do a second season. Now, I am the believer, and I've said this many times before, that this should be a 2-season show, maybe 3 at most, and then cut it off. I don't want them going past 3 seasons. I just don't think this is that type of show. But at least 3 seasons of this, 2 more, to tell the story and to wrap things up with Brian Moser and maybe even show Dokes in his introduction to Miami Metro. I think there's a lot of material there for at least another season and maybe 2 more seasons if you can squeeze out, enough material. But that is the most I would do is 3 seasons, you know what I mean? And maybe showing Dokes, maybe showing what, went down there, showing his time where he was actually with Maria LaGuardia, seeing what Brian Moser did and maybe revealing that he did kill Harry. There's a lot of pieces of the story that you could definitely tell in a season like this, you know what I mean? So that's why I say, overall, we need a second season. And as a Dexter fan, as someone that has joined this franchise over the last, half a year or so, I got to admit, I am seriously invested in this show in particular. Not only that, but the franchise itself. I would love a second season of Original Sin. At least one more to cap off the backstory and to cap off what they're telling here, because it definitely feels like there's elements of the story that need to be resolved in one way, shape, or form. So that's kind of my opinions on it. That's kind of my thoughts why I would say that Dexter Original Sin is kind of in desperate need for a second season. I do hope that Showtime and Paramount accepts and renews this at one point soon. I hope we hear about this because admittedly this does need to happen if you ask me. It's something that, I really think they need to do, and I'm assuming the ratings were good for this first season. So even if the ratings weren't good though, I would say at least do a second season to wrap everything up. And like I said, 2 to 3 seasons for a show like this, I think that's good enough. I think that's perfectly fine, and you can, move forward with that, and that'd be that. You know what I mean? But you gotta answer the ending of Season 1. You got to. They clearly set up for a second season. Approve this, Showtime, and let us get a proper conclusion to this backstory series and wrap everything up.
It's 1 o'clock.
So it is.
Like I said, it's not a grueling way to end this. Like, if this is where this show ended and they told us, yeah, no, Season 2 is not happening, I'd be like, okay, unfortunate, but it's not the worst place to leave things. But I'd still feel kind of robbed of that ending, I'm not going to lie. So I hope we get a season 2. I'm very confident we will. The fans have definitely spoken. But if you want a season 2 of Dexter Original Sin, post Original Sin, hashtag Original Sin Season 2 in the comments and get their attention, because we gotta make this happen. There's so much more we gotta see, and honestly, we at least need one more season. I think they owe us that. Otherwise, they should have just wrapped up season 1 in a more, confined and, proper way than they did. So, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, be sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for Dexter. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Dexter Original Sin. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.